lampposts over there, they're all knocked down.
You're saying at the Pentagon?
Yeah, the Pentagon, right there.
Why does a book not burn in 14,000 gallons of kerosene, and you've got a book on the ground floor of a 16-foot wide cavity of a plane weighing 255,000 pounds, flying at over 500 miles an hour, with that capacity of kerosene burning, basically a swimming pool of fuel, and you don't burn a book? Look at the pictures.
There's even cameras that are showing.
Look at the pictures. As General Stubblebine will tell you, there's no wing marks.
That's enough proof.
There is no wing marks in the building. You can't fly miles an hour. There's no wing marks. There are no wing marks, sir. There are no wing marks. Show me. Show me the wing marks. General Stubblebine, who was the architect for military intelligence, simply said there are no wing marks. It is not BS. It is not. It is not. There are no wing marks. There are no wing marks, sir. These buildings fell at free fall speed. Nothing hit this building.
You want to know why these fell? There's enough heat for the steel to melt. Not melt.
Not from kerosene.
To bend. It was to bend enough.
Not from kerosene. They've never had a. They have never had a building go down. They have never had a building go down before or after 9/11 that was steel structured from fire in the history of the world.
Enough time for it to bend.
The history of the world. It's never happened.
It was snapped. Enough heat for it to bend and snap.
That's not right.
Right.
It is not right.
Why didn't it collapse partially?
Basically demolished.
It was completely collapsed.
Okay? The security in the building
came down like that.
The security in the building was Stratesec Securicom. They ran security. And that company's CEO was the cousin of George W. Bush.
So what? What does that have to do with
It's real simple. In order
George W.
to
Bush did all this?
No, what I'm saying is, in order for them to do what they did here,
let's just kill like
security would have to be complicit to the crime.
What is just simply perfect? We can just go in by ourselves.
Excuse me?
Why would he kill 3,000 Americans just to go to 2 wars?
To bring the Americans behind us so they could vote to put him in there.
I'll tell you exactly why
His
they
dad did it by himself. He could have just done it by himself. Why would we kill 3,000 Americans? Explain to me that. Who did this?
I will tell you.
Who were the agents who did this?
I will tell you, but you're going to have to give me opportunity to answer.
Who were the agents?
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
They put on about $1 trillion worth of principal on the national debt. One reason.
We're not talking about the national debt. We're talking about the people who did this. Who were they exactly? What happened to your families? Do they know that their son or father did this? Who were the people who actually did this? Who decided, yeah, I'm just going to kill 3,000 Americans?
You just asked me the question of why. Now you're saying who, and I haven't developed the answer to your why.
Why would they do it and who did it? That's my question.
I'm trying to answer you.
Well, then go ahead. We're not talking about this. I'm asking
the reason why they did it, okay, were several reasons. One was putting principal on top of our national debt. One was throughout the United States, throughout the world, most of the banks and most of the countries are central banks that are run by the cabal.
We're not talking about
and I'm telling you the reason.
Part of the reason.
In Iraq and in Afghanistan, those were 2 countries that did not have central banks that were run by the cabal. And when we went in, we established central banks, such as the Federal Reserve.
3,000 Americans for just local banks.
I'm not done. No, you cut me off. Okay? I'm giving you the reasons why we're in Afghanistan. The largest purveyor of hard narcotics in the country, going into people like you and others that take, okay, is the CIA. I'm saying you and others, okay, where narcotics are coming, okay, American citizens. The largest purveyor of hard narcotics in the country is the CIA. And that is Afghanistan. We also established a central bank in Afghanistan.
You're just going and on and on and on.
I'm giving you the reasons.
Are they agents by the CIA or the FBI? Who were they?
Who was responsible for this?
Yeah,
in part, is the Israeli Zionist Mossad.
Here you go. Yeah, a fucking anti-Semite.
No, it is not that.
Oh, no, it was,
There's a difference between Judaism and
Jews.
Zionism.
It was the Jews.
There is a difference, sir,
Can you still explain
between
who were they?
Judaism
Why would they
and
do it?
Zionism.
But why would they do it? Who did it? Please explain. I'm still getting that.
I'm telling you, I'm not saying that this was done by the Jews. I'm saying this was done by the Zionists.
Right.
Okay?
Explain to me.
There is a
Who are these
distinct
people?
difference. They're not the same.
Why would they do it?
Why? I'm telling you why they did it.
Why would they do it?
The reason why they did it was several reasons. One was banking, one was regional control over the oil, one was securing the hard narcotics in Afghanistan, the heroin traffic that comes into our country. There were several reasons.
No one can afford to be asleep right now.
No, not at all. It's time for everybody to wake up, and it's not wrong to ask questions, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody should be asking questions. There's no reason why we should just be passively allowing the status quo to go on and children to be bombed over a lot. You know, it's just
Picture of the North Tower about 6 seconds into its demolition, showing how explosive it was.
Which
Next
coincides with
The next page has the debris field, stills from the videos of its destruction. Page 3 has the results of a 2-year study done at Copenhagen University on the dust of the World Trade Center. This was conducted by 9 scientists from 5 different universities. Various commentary on the feasibility of blowing up the towers using these advanced engineered aluminothermic.
and what they find, thermite.
Well, FEMA found this under the debris field of WTC-7, and they did an Appendix C of this report. It's called the Limited Metallurgical Examination. They basically document the intense heat corrosion of steel, of construction-grade steel. So, any fire expert will tell you that a standard hydrocarbon fire cannot evaporate, construction-grade steel. It might soften it, but it certainly won't. Certainly won't get this result. The New
And
York Times
this
called
picture here shows
This shows
it looks like a welding, like in a
molten
foundry.
metal coming out of the South Tower.
It's like
In the
dripping out of
moments-
there.
Yeah, pouring out. If you look at the video, it's probably, a ton of it. I mean, just tons of it poured out of there. I don't know tons, but a lot of it poured out of there. And then another very revealing thing is the amount of dust, the way that the towers themselves
Completely
were blown
pulverized.
widely outside of their footprints. The superstructures inside, these massive cores, were completely disassembled. And, there's 1,100 people to this day completely unaccounted for. Despite the fact that they spent 2 years culling through all the tiny debris at Fresh Kills landfill, trying to account for the body parts, they recovered over 40,000 body parts. 343 firefighters were killed, only 70 of them were recovered. Fewer than like 200 or 300 whole bodies were recovered. So people were just blasted apart.